Hello dear, in this video we are going to learn about the nervous system in humans part 2. In the last video, we already completed the neuron or nerve cell, and this video we are going to see the nervous system in humans and the sense organs. In the nervous system in humans, we have two classifications, that is central nervous system and reflex action. We have 5 examples for reflex action: sneezing, blinking of eyes, immediate withdrawal of hand, and withdrawal of leg, knee jerk reflex. Then again, from this central nervous system, we have two classifications: brain and spinal cord. Again, the brain has 3 main parts, that is cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Central nervous system. Do you know, kid, what is central nervous system? The central nervous system consists of a brain and the spinal cord. It is the control center for all body functions. It is the site for all information processing in the body. This central nervous system is responsible for the processing every sensation and thought a human being experiences. Next part, brain. The brain is the main control center of the nervous system. The human brain is highly developed organ and is situated in the cranium of the skull. In an adult, it weighs about 1200 grams to 1400 grams, about 2% of the body weight. It controls our thinking, feelings, movements and senses. The brain is enveloped by 3 membranes called meninges. The membranes have a fluid called cerebrospinal fluid between them. The cerebrospinal fluid nourishes the brain and protects it from shocks by absorbing them. The brain is divided into 3 regions: cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Next brain region is cerebrum. It is the uppermost, largest and the most prominent part of the brain. It fills most of the skull. It is highly convoluted in appearance with ridges and grooves. The ridges and grooves increases the surface area to accommodate more nerve cells. Cerebrum is divided into the right and left cerebral hemispheres with a deep furrow in between. It is responsible for the sensation of pain, temperature, touch, sight, sound, taste and smell. It also controls mental activities such as memory, intelligence, thinking and reasoning. Next brain region is cerebellum. It is a small egg-shaped lobe located at the base under the cerebrum. It does not have convolutions but has many furrows. It helps in the muscle coordination and balance of the body. Next brain region is medulla oblongata. It is the lowermost part of the brain located at the base of the skull. It is like a stem of the brain. It emerges out from the base of the brain and is continued as a spinal cord in the posterior region. It controls breathing, heartbeat, coughing, sneezing and other involuntary functions. Next part, the spinal cord. It is the continuation of medulla oblongata of the brain. It is like a cord that emerges from the hole at the base of the skull and runs through the vertebral column. Like a brain, the spinal cord is also protected by the meninges with the cerebrospinal fluid within it. A cross-section of the spinal cord shows 2 similar halves fused together to form the small canal in the center called central canal. It also contains the cerebrospinal fluid. The central canal is surrounded by an H-shaped area called gray matter. It consists of cell bodies of neurons. The outer portion is the white matter, which consists of nerve fibers. The function of the spinal cord is the spinal cord conducts reflexes below the neck. It conducts sensory impulses from the skin and muscles to the brain. It conducts motor responses from the brain to the muscles of the trunk and limbs. The spinal cord controls some actions that do not involve the brain. For example, if you step on the sharp object, you instantly withdraw foot. This reaction is automatic and does not your involvement thinking about it. It is called a reflex action. Thus, an automatic, spontaneous and mechanical response to the stimulus controlled by the spinal cord without the involvement of the brain is called reflex action. So, what is reflex action? An automatic, spontaneous and mechanical response to a stimulus controlled by a spinal cord without the involvement of the brain is called reflex action. The nerve pathway of the reflex action is called reflex arc. The reflex arc involves three neurons: association neurons, and motor neurons. Do you know how the reflex action occurs? First, a stimulus triggers an impulse in a receptor, which could be any sensory organ or structure that receives the stimulus. The impulse then travels from the receptor through the sensory neuron to the spinal cord. In the spinal cord, it passes through an association neuron to a motor neuron and finally reaches the muscle of an effector organ. The muscles of the effector organ contract, moving it away from the stimulus. Some common examples of reflex actions are sneezing, blinking of eyes, immediate withdrawal of hand, withdrawal of leg, knee-jerk reflex. Sneezing, when an unwanted particle enters the nose. Blinking of eyes, when a foreign particle enters the eye. Immediate withdrawal of hand if you unknowingly touch a hot object. Withdrawal of leg if you suddenly step on a nail when walking barefoot. Knee-jerk reflex in response to tapping under the knee. Do you know how do messages reach the brain? The peripheral nervous system transmits messages to and from the sense organs and is responsible for voluntary actions such as cycling, swimming, and so on. Incoming messages enter the spinal cord from all parts of the body and reach the brain, which sends back the messages to various body parts through the spinal cord. Sense organs. There is a close coordination between the central nervous system and the sense organs. Stimuli such as heat, sound, and light are detected by different receptors. Receptors are special cells present in the sense organs that receive the stimulus from the environment. These sense organs are responsible for the reception of stimuli of sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. Each sense organ is directly connected with the brain. There are 5 sense organs in the human body: eye, ear, nose, tongue, and skin. These sense organs are connected to the brain through the different nerves. For example, the eye is connected to the brain through the optic nerve and the ear is connected to the brain through the acoustic nerve.